Hello, people. Welcome back to the Michael Talks Football channel. We are going to do a little bit of a discussion about the draw of the round of 16 of the Europa League and the Conference League. As we got the draws earlier today, I was at work, so I couldn't do a live reaction to them. So here's going to be my live reaction. We're going to discuss a little bit of the matchups and then maybe give some early predictions of the matchups. But hey, everybody, hope you're all having a beautiful day. Stay safe in this crazy world that we live in at the moment. It's a little bit difficult for me to do this stream at the moment. I'm not going to be here for long. This is a non-political video, right? I don't want any politics involved. If you want to talk about me, talk about the issue at hand, you can Instagram me or Twitter me, all right? But for now, let's just talk about football, something where we can get our mind off of it at the moment. But hey, let's begin. Sebastian, hello, and Matt, hello. So let's start off with the Conference League matchups that are going to happen in the round of 16 of this year's inaugural Conference League, as the matchups are now announced. So, in the first matchup, it is Olympique de Marseille got drawn against FC Basel. So, this is an interesting tie because Basel obviously got rid of Cabral, who went to obviously Fiorentina. They've been playing okay in the Swiss Super League since his absence, but when you lose a player like Cabral, who was just scoring mad amount of goals for them, it's going to be difficult to overcome that. And then for Marseille, they overcame obviously Karabag away. Good performance, and Sampaoli got his tactics right. But I just simply cannot trust Sampaoli as a manager. I just simply cannot. He's just hot and cold, really. He's a hot and cold sort of manager. He'll perform well, and then he'll do badly. So I don't know really. This is an interesting matchup in the case that Basel could surprise Marseille, but they both faced obviously Karabag and they both defeated them. Actually, I think Basel and Karabag drew in Baku, but then obviously in Switzerland, in Basel, then Basel won the tie. So I think this is a good tie for both teams. I think they'll both feel very confident heading into this matchup, and all the best for Marseille and Basel. If I had to give an early pick, I would slightly go with Marseille just because Basel sold their best striker in Cabral to Fiorentina. Otherwise, maybe I could have gone with Basel, but it's difficult. I think Marseille are going to take this tournament very seriously, and they're going to try and win the inaugural Conference League. So give me your thoughts, guys, about the matchups that we are seeing at the moment. Sevilla, hello, how are you doing? I wanted West Ham. We will humble Premier League fanboys again. We're going to discuss about that. Yezwan, thank you for tuning in. Hi, sorry I haven't been able to make a live stream recently. Don't worry about it. Ankit, thank you for tuning in. Big up Michael and all in here. Exactly. Michael, you're saying, yeah, man. Guys, I don't want to make this a political video because, I have a couple of friends in Ukraine, so I'm going through a very tough time at the moment. That's all I want to say at the moment. So if we cannot bring politics into this, that would be lovely because this is a non-political channel and I ain't feeling the greatest. But big up to everybody who's in here at the moment. We won't because, I know it's unlikely. And hello, everyone in the chat. Exactly. All right, let's go with the second matchup. You guys give me your thoughts of each matchup if you want to before we move on then to the Europa League. First, we're going to talk about the Conference League. So first off, we have Leicester City taking on Stade Rennes. This is going to be a good matchup, in my opinion. You cannot take the Stade Rennes side lightly. They are a very, very good team. Let me just tell you that at the moment. They performed very well, I thought, against Tottenham in the group stage of the Conference League. Leicester City, you don't know what you're going to get with them. They still conceded in both games against Randers. So can you trust this side at the moment? No, you can't. You cannot trust Leicester City going away to Rennes, who are having a good season. They scored a lot of goals in the group stage. They went away to Vitesse, away to Mura. They didn't lose a single game in the group stage. They even drew with Tottenham at home. So I'm liking this tie for Rennes. I'm not going to lie. I think they have a very, very good chance of getting out of advancing. While for Leicester City, I don't know how their fans are feeling about this tie, if they're feeling confident, because I wouldn't feel the most confident, to be honest. I wouldn't really feel the most confident. So if I have to give an early prediction, I would say actually Rennes, because they're actually playing very, very good football at the moment. I think they can cause a lot of trouble to this Leicester City side. And, with the likes of Kamal Leiden, Guarzi, and these sort of guys, Tait, Labadore, obviously Jeremy Doku. So Rennes are no joke. Leicester City, can they defend the greatest? No, they can't. So I think this is going to be a very high-scoring tie. I must add that at the moment. I like the Marseille versus Basel. It takes me back to the glory days of the Champions League 2011, 2015. I got the match as my dream matchup. Which one was that? Tottenham probably would have gone through if it weren't for COVID. Probably. My friend says after Basel, they need an attacking center midfielder because this Males guy don't work at all. He is a Basel fan. All right. And Leicester is in free fall this season. Yes, they are. In the third matchup, we have PAOK, who overcame Midtjylland. I said they would. Not in my round of 16 prediction, not in my knockout playoff round predictions, but in my predictions Wednesday, I said PAOK could win the game and advance, and they did on penalties against Midtjylland. Walford Ghent, they were group winners. Not the most toughest group, I got to be honest. They were with the likes of Partizan Belgrade. You obviously had Flora Tallinn and these sort of teams. So Ghent haven't faced the most toughest opposition. PAOK, I think they're going to come into this game with confidence. They're playing well at the moment. You have Yasmin Murtic in the midfield, obviously Akpom and these sort of guys. I just think for Ghent, they weren't that impressive in the group stage. I got to be honest with you. They really weren't. And they're having an okay season in the Belgian league. So I think this is actually a good opportunity for PAOK against Ghent. If they wanted to choose any opponent, I would say that they would want Ghent. I think Ghent might be the most weakest group winners out of all of them. I'm not going to lie, because Lost Glins are pretty good. And obviously we know Roma, Rennes, Basel, and Copenhagen and all these sort of teams. So I think Ghent, they should be worried about PAOK, because PAOK pretty much they can't win the Greek Super League. So I think they're going to put all their eggs into the Conference League basket and see how far they could advance and, make some good money for the club. So this is probably going to be the toughest one to call when I do my predictions. But if I have to give an early prediction, I would slightly go with Ghent. It might be on penalties. I would slightly go with Ghent at the moment. So the fourth matchup, it is Vitesse taking on AS Roma. This I like. This is going to be another good matchup because we know Roma, we know Jose, we know Pellegrini, El Sawari, obviously Tammy Abraham and these sort of guys. So we know Roma can score against any team. But we know Vitesse can score against any team. They showed that in the group stage. They showed a good comeback, even without Lois Openda. And I was like, wow, they're going to maybe struggle without Lois Openda. They didn't. They beat Rapid Wien, I think it was 2-0 at home, and advanced to the round of 16. And they got 2 early goals in the game, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm liking this Vitesse side. I do. And I said that they would be dangerous and that they would beat Rapid Wien. I was correct there. Now they're facing a tough opponent, AS Roma, and I think, Jose is going to definitely want to watch this game. So, yeah, I mean, this tournament, of course. So it's a tough one to call. I think if Roma take Vitesse lightly, it's not going to be the easiest. I really don't think so. So at the moment, I'll slightly go as AS Roma, but I'm not too confident in it. Not going to lie. Not too confident in it, especially with Lois Openda back then from his suspension. I think he got too many yellow cards. He's going to prove something against this AS Roma defense that clearly just cannot keep any clean sheet and cannot stop conceding goals. So I think Roma fans, be worried about Vitesse, but they should be advancing out of this tie. Let's not kid ourselves. They should be. And guys, there's how many? There's 4 Dutch teams. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right. And Leicester versus Reims. Yes, indeed. Basel have underrated fans. That is true. That match I'm referring to. All right. Fraser, hello. How are you doing? Hi, Michael. When would be a good time to share a list I made? A list of what? You got to let me know. Good evening. Good evening, Tristan, as well. Early thoughts of teams to go through. Basel, Leicester, Ghent, Roma, FC Copenhagen, Slavia Praha, AS Alkmaar, and Feyenoord. I do not know much about these Conference League teams, to be honest. It's okay. It's okay. I'll educate you. I'll educate people that are watching this on replay. Remember, guys, to hit the like button and subscribe if you're new around here on this difficult day around the world. But we move on. Now, PSV Eindhoven versus FC Copenhagen. Oh boy. Now, I really do like this FC Copenhagen team, to be honest. Guys, I do follow quite a lot of the Danish Super League because they have a lot of Finnish players playing in it. And they're top of the league at the moment because Midtjylland are effing it up at this very moment. And we know PSV, they had a lot of players injured, but when you still have players like Madueke, Eran Zahavi, Gakpo, Götze, Max, all of these quality players that PSV have, this is going to be a good game. Now, my problem for FC Copenhagen is, how are they going to play now without Jonas Vind? I think they played over the weekend. I'm going to quickly check that and see how they performed, because obviously they did not play in the knockout playoff round as they were group winners. So very interested to see how FC Copenhagen are doing. So they won 2-0 over the weekend against Odense. And if I remember correctly, somebody did tell me, one of the Danish subscribers, that they did sign quite a few new players into their squad. So it's going to take time to gel, but at least they have some time. They got a couple of weeks now with the Danish Super League back in action, gel together, and then go against PSV Eindhoven. I think this is going to be a really good game. I really do think so. Because while PSV are going to be, I think, favorites, we know always, if you underestimate any of these Danish sides, they can take advantage, right? They can definitely take advantage. And I think at the moment, I'm going to slightly go with PSV, but it all comes down to form when these two teams play on March 10th. So I'm very excited for this matchup. I think this is going to be one of the best matchups of the Conference League. Sixth matchup, Slavia Praha against Lask Linz. So I've told you Slavia Praha would go through, and they won both games 3-2. I thought it was going to be very, very low scoring. I'm not going to lie. I thought it was going to be very low scoring between Slavia Praha and Fenerbahce, and it turned out to be a goal fest of all things. But we know about Dorley. We know about Sor. We know about Shrines and these sort of guys. Traore for Slavia Praha. And for Lask Linz, this side do not concede any goals, guys. I saw them play here in Finland because they played, obviously, my team from Finland, Lask Linz. They're a very well-organized side. They'll play 3 in the back. They can play 4 in the back sort of formations. They're going to make life difficult. Only conceded 1 goal in the group stage in a group that wasn't really good, to be honest. I'll be honest here. My team is pretty crap. I'm not going to lie. It was pretty crap in European football. So, I mean, it's going to be tough. I don't know if it's going to be high scoring like the Slavia Praha and Fenerbahce, but I think Slavia Praha can advance in this tie. I do. Even though Lask Linz are going to be tough opponents as well, but they haven't been performing the greatest in the Austrian Bundesliga. So for now, I'm slightly going with Slavia Praha. Slightly. But like I said, it depends on the form when it comes to time. So let's see how everybody is doing. These matchups could be very close. I think these matchups are very close indeed. Any dark horses in this cup, or will it be straightforward, obvious winner? Well, who's an obvious winner for you, Tristan? And don't just say Marseille and Roma and Leicester City because they're the big names. If I'm going to give you a dark horse to win this tournament, Feyenoord. I think Feyenoord can really win this tournament. They're playing some good football in Eredivisie. Blitzed the group in the group stage, which was the likes of obviously Slavia Praha, Union Berlin. So I think Feyenoord have a good chance. Cannot write out the Stade Rennes either. So I would say Marseille, Leicester City, Stade Rennes, Roma, PSV, Feyenoord. I think there's 6 teams that can really win the Conference League this year. I really do think so. The list is about every UEFA nation. I think, oh God, maybe don't put it here. You can send it to me. And dark horses in the UC. Oh man, now we're gonna get to Bodo Glimt. Nay, Josh, thank you for tuning in. He says big up my Bodo to go all the way and Rennes to win it. See, guys, this is why we talk about this. All right. So Bodo Glimt against AS Alkmaar. I can't believe Bodo Glimt. I'm genuinely stunned. I'm just genuinely stunned at what I'm seeing from this team, again and again and again. They keep surprising me. They sold their 2 best players in Marcus Berg and Eric Botham, and they still beat Celtic. I'm shocked. I'm absolutely shocked. Big up to Bodo Glimt, man, representing the Arctic Circle with pride and with playing some beautiful football, pressing wise, the way they were able to move it. Bodo Glimt are an absolute joy to watch. An absolute joy to watch this team play. Now, they're facing AS Alkmaar, right? And AS Alkmaar are having a good season in the Eredivisie. Now, if Bodo Glimt win this game, I mean, hats off to them, and I'm buying their jersey. I'm already doing a video. I'm gonna starting to do some research on this team because I want to do a video essay to educate you guys more about Bodo Glimt because it's a very, very fascinating story. But if they beat AS Alkmaar, as we say in Finnish, herra jestas, this would be also very, very stunning to me. So I'll slightly go with AS Alkmaar, but I am not writing off Bodo Glimt anymore in this tournament. And the final matchup, we have Partizan Belgrade against Feyenoord. So I'm very surprised about Partizan Belgrade. I thought they were only going to focus on the Serbian league, but they said, nah, we're not going to do that. We're going to beat Sparta Praha. And they did it in both legs. I just think Feyenoord have too much. I generally just think so. I think this side are a very, very good team. strong at home. Now with home crowds back in the Netherlands. So I think this is going to be a good game, but I think Feyenoord will advance. So that is a little bit of an initial draw reaction to the Conference League. I think a lot of these ties, either team can win it, really. It's very nicely poised for all of the ties. So Rennes to win it. Why no Spanish teams here? Because none of them dropped down to the Conference League from the Europa League. Good to educate on teams I've barely heard of. You must be great on manager mode. I do love Football Manager, not gonna lie. Alejandro, thank you for tuning in. He says, bye, 11. I wonder why. I wonder why. Can't wait for Rogers to choke in this tournament. Exactly. Hussam, thank you for tuning in, bro. Thank you for tuning in. Guys, go check out This Is Football, a massive Liverpool fan, and he is absolutely hilarious. Definitely go check him out, guys. Definitely go check him out if you haven't done so already. I'll share it in the next live stream I can make that is dedicated to club competition. Yes, please save it. Winning home and away to Celtic. In fact, exactly. If PSV can stay consistent, I'd back them as well. Yep, I'm joining you with getting a jersey for them, bro. 100%. We have to. Watched the penalty shootout yesterday with Sheriff, and the goalie made an amazing second last save. Really would have loved to see them go through. Yeah, it's unfortunate for Sheriff. And guys, let's hit the like button, of course. And can Europa teams drop anymore? Nope. So no more Europa League teams can drop anymore. These are the final 16. It's the final 16 in both competitions. So who do you guys think will win the inaugural Conference League? Let me know in the chat right now. I'm going to get the Europa League draw out for you guys. So let me know who you think will win in the Conference League, the inaugural one. Who will be in the final in Tirana in May? For now, my pick, and this is just total, I don't really know, to be honest. I'm going to go with AS Roma taking on Stade Rennes. Those are the two teams I think will make it. Am I confident in it? Nope. No. I am not confident in it whatsoever. Well, let's change the color of the text, guys, because now we are talking about the Europa League. We're talking about the Europa League. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in on a difficult day for me, really, guys. I got to be honest with you. It's a little bit of a difficult day, so I really appreciate you all being here. So if we can all hit the like button, and obviously if you're new around here, subscribe to the channel. That would be fantastic on a pretty rough day. But hey, it's Friday. Gonna get my mind off of it and just relax. And then Sunday, I hope Liverpool win, just to make my weekend even better. So here is the 8 matchups we have in the round of 16 of the Europa League. The first matchup we have, it is Rangers. Rangers pulled off an absolutely stunning performance to eliminate Borussia Dortmund. I have to be honest, Dortmund should be ashamed of themselves. The defending I saw once again from this side is absolutely appalling. Absolutely appalling. So, very interested to see what happens against Red Star Belgrade, who we know are a tough side. Did they play in the toughest group in the Europa League group stage? No. They faced Midtjylland, who got knocked out by PAOK. They faced Braga, who barely beat, obviously, Sheriff on penalties. And they beat, obviously, Ludogorets, who are terrible. So I think this is a really good opportunity for Giovanni Van Bronckhorst's side to win this tie, make it to a quarterfinals, and then who knows? Who knows, really? Who knows? I'm very interested to see what happens for Rangers. I think for Red Star, they'll even be happy about this tie. They avoided the likes of Porto, Atalanta, Sevilla, Barcelona. Both of these teams are going to come into this tie thinking, we can win it. We can win this tie and advance. So very, very happy for both teams. I think they both have an excellent opportunity in front of them. Who's going to win? It's tough. They are actually both second in the league in their respective leagues. So I think Rangers and Red Star have to really, really push for the league. And then also in this matchup in the quarterfinals, round of 16, have to try and win it. So if I had to pick a side, slightly Rangers. But we know anytime you go away to Red Star Belgrade, it is very difficult. Very, very difficult. So I would slightly go with Rangers at the moment. But hey, great opportunity for both sides. Great opportunity for both sides at the moment. If we avoid Barca until the final, will we win this? You're Sevilla. Of course you're going to win this competition. The only thing stopping you, I think, is RB Leipzig, Barcelona, and I would say Bayer Leverkusen. Those are the only teams I think can stop Sevilla from winning this damn tournament again in their own stadium. The mighty Glasgow Rangers. Don't rule Rangers out I'm not ruling them out, Josh. I think they're playing some fantastic football. Mike, do you think I'm ready to do a live stream for the first time on my channel? I want to do it, but I have doubts if I should do it. You should definitely do it, Sebastian. Sebastian, just do it if you feel comfortable. If you don't feel comfortable, just take some time, get prepared. It's all about preparation when doing a live stream. You need to be prepared. So just feel, if you're confident enough, do it. If you're not, I wouldn't recommend it. So that's my recommendation for you. We play the final at, yes, I know. And Roma can, if Jose brings Zaniolo back into the squad, as we all know that's not going to happen. Unfortunately not. UEFA Europa Sevilla League. All right. We move on to the second tie in the round of 16, where it is Braga taking on Monaco. So good tie for both teams, I think. I think Braga, they didn't face the toughest opponents in the group stage, like I talked about. They were in the same group as Red Star. They faced Sheriff. Sheriff just tried to park the bus and come away with the result, and they almost did, and I'm really sad for it, but all good things must come to a sad ending, and Sheriff's journey in Europe has ended this season, so hopefully they'll be back next year. I just think Braga, do they have enough quality against this Monaco side? They do. I mean, you have Ricardo Horta, Gonzalez, these sort of guys. Obviously, no more Galeno, so he's now at Porto. So Braga can hurt Monaco because we know Monaco aren't the greatest defensively, right? We know they have quality players, Ben Yedder, Chouamani, these sort of guys. But just defensively, they are a shambles sometimes. They really are a shambles. But now, I think in recent weeks, they've now secured that a bit more. They've been playing some good football, drawn a lot of games. So I think this could be a good tie, but I would slightly go with Monaco at the moment. I just think they're a better side than Braga, and who knows? I think they can win this tournament for sure, Monaco, but they have to have all connections at the right time because, Braga can hurt you. They can. They definitely can. All right. Mike, have Monaco gone backwards last few years? Haven't watched them for a while. They have gone backwards. They're not really producing the same sort of time. I mean, that side they had when they went to the semifinals. I mean, look at the players they had. Bernardo Silva, Fabinho, Mbappe, Falcao, almost in his a little bit past his prime, but it was still excellent. They had so many fantastic footballers, that Monaco side. It's just not the same anymore. I mean, the only real star player at the moment is Chouameni, because when Ben Yedder plays for France, he's shambles. So they have regressed a little bit, but Monaco are still a good side in Ligue 1. They're still a good side, and I think they're fighting for top four at the moment. Early thoughts on teams to progress. Matt says Rangers, Braga, Porto, Bayer Leverkusen to be decided. Barcelona, RB Leipzig, Eintracht Frankfurt. And Mike, I will do it later 1 hour. Yeah, Sebastian, I can't really join you. Sorry, buddy. I just can't. Okay, so the third matchup we have Porto taking on Olympique de Lyon. So Lyon, they're having a troubling season. I mean, they go through some games where they look amazing, then they'll look poor, then they'll look amazing, then they'll look poor. It's one of the most inconsistent sides I've seen in all of Europe this year are Lyon. And for Porto, we know they sold Luis Diaz. They got rid of Sergio Oliveira, bring in Estacio, bring in Galeno, still got Taremi. They still got some great players in Porto with Consao. So you can never write off Porto in European competitions. They're always a strong side at home and away. I'm just worried about Lyon with just the inconsistency that they show at times. Yes, they got past the group stage, but they were playing Brøndby. They played Sparta Praha, and they played Rangers. And Rangers, they beat them. They drew with them in Lyon, and I think then Lyon beat them in Glasgow, I think 2-0, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, this is a tough one. This is going to be one of the more tougher ones to pick out, I think, because Lyon are just so inconsistent. They have quality, we know that, but Porto, I would slightly go with Porto at the moment, but let's see how it turns out on March 9th when the two teams play. But at the moment, slightly Porto because I really do rate Coneição as the manager. All right. Indonesia's strong, just too strong in my view. Oh, Monaco. I thought it was Indonesian flag. Monaco. Now I see what you did there. Now, Betis are going through 100%. We're going to talk about that. Porto versus Lyon could be goals galore. It could be definitely. Beatman, what's your stream going to be? And Porto to win. So we have a lot of people going for Porto, and yeah, they are probably the more stronger sides of the two. The fourth matchup, it is Atalanta, who, you know what, Malinovsky. Big up Malinovsky. His 2 goals were fantastic yesterday, by the way. And not just that, just everything around it. So big up Ruslan Malinovsky, and they defeated obviously Olympiacos, eliminated them in Athens. Big win for them. I think that's going to give them huge confidence boost now for the rest of the Serie A and the Europa League season, because Atalanta are going through a little bit of a phase where they're not playing very well. They're playing decent, but they're just not getting the goals as they were. And they're playing Bayer Leverkusen, right? And we know Bayer Leverkusen can score against pretty much any side in the world. I'll bet you that at the moment. They can score against any side, because with players like Schick, with Diaby, with obviously Florian Wirtz, man, this team are so good. They're honestly so good. So, I mean, this is going to be goals galore. I think this is going to be goals galore this tie, because we know Atalanta are not the greatest defensively. Yes, they've improved in the last couple of months, but still they can be really a side that can concede a lot of goals. And Bayer Leverkusen, they'll just play tennis matches. They'll play 6-4, 6-3, 6-0. They'll do that. That's just the way Bayer Leverkusen are, and they always have been kind of like that. They're just such a good side. But I do love the way this Bayer Leverkusen team are playing. I don't know if I could trust German teams anymore, though. I mean, just the way Dortmund got absolutely destroyed. But, hey, I think Bayer Leverkusen are different than Dortmund. So, slightly, I'm going to go with Bayer Leverkusen in this tie. And Will Chouameni leaving the summer seems a great talent, but is he still raw? See, that's the problem. I think he's still a little bit raw with his talent, but in the next 2 years, he's going to be excellent. So I think if you're a side that are trying to look for him, I would get him now and just nurture him. Don't expect huge things at the beginning, but in the year or 2 years, you're going to have a fantastic player when it comes to Chouameni. And Porto and Bristol Rovers with the same colors. Just get Pepe sent off. They'll have a chance. Exactly. And Malinovsky, most goals outside the box since 2016, behind Messi, of course. And Atalanta Leverkusen is going to be a lot of goals. Yes, indeed. So the fifth matchup, it is the Europa League Kings in Sevilla against West Ham United. And for West Ham United, this was probably one of two sides you dreaded having, because Sevilla are they're just the Europa League Kings. I don't know what else to say. What do you want me to say, guys? Because they are really, when it comes to this competition, in La Liga, they do sometimes fumble it. They've now drawn a lot of games. They could easily be ahead of Real Madrid, but they aren't because they've drawn too many times. But when it comes to this top competition, they show up. They show up. They got purposely out of the Champions League group stage. Obviously, I'm joking, but you guys know the joke. So I think this is going to be very tough for West Ham. And I know West Ham fans want to probably make a deep run in this tournament, but there are still teams like Barcelona, RB Leipzig, Real Betis, Atalanta, Bayer Leverkusen. I just don't see how West Ham can do this. I really don't, because they have a very, very thin side where they heavily rely on their starting 11. And then past that starting 11, it isn't the greatest. While for Sevilla, I think they have a bit more depth that they can compete maybe in both La Liga. I don't think they're going to have... I would love them to win La Liga. I don't see it happening, but I think they have more squad depth that can compete on both competitions. While West Ham, can they do that? I don't really truly believe it. I don't. I think this is prime for Sevilla. I think this was actually a quite decent matchup for them. Obviously, you could have had maybe a Red Star Belgrade or Spartak Moscow, but I think Sevilla will be very happy with this tie. Yes, they almost... I knew they were going to lose in Zagreb, or actually, I can't remember what I predicted. It was either 2-1 Zagreb or 2-1 Sevilla, but I knew it was not going to be difficult. But hey, didn't play the greatest, but you still found a way to advance, and that's the main thing with this competition. Just advance. It's not about performances. It's just about advancing. So I would definitely pick Sevilla in this tie, but let's see how Sevilla are going to play in the next couple of weeks now with the La Liga. And they have an absolutely massive Sevilla Dortmund on Sunday, guys. Absolutely massive. I cannot wait to see that game between Real Betis and Sevilla. Yes, we already said that. And Alejandro is saying, obviously, for his boy Hincha they smashed Dortmund 5-2 2 weeks ago. I think I was impressed. And then I saw Rangers play Dortmund. Yeah. Oh, Dortmund. The difference is Leverkusen can defend. Yes, they can. Sevilla will win this game. Thank you for tuning in, Nicola. If West Ham win this tie, they will win the whole thing. That is true. I think that will give them a massive confidence boost if they actually beat Sevilla. We played bad against Zagreb, but we found a way through. We are just better than West Ham. I would have to agree. If David Moyes gets things right, West Ham can stun Sevilla. The issue is he can't get his team selection right. Antonio didn't play well. He hasn't played well in a while. I don't know what he's doing. I see him drifting out wide, and it doesn't. That's not really Antonio's game, to be honest. I know someone going to the Sevilla game. All right, cool. I'll be surprised if Sevilla don't take this whole thing and the final is in their stadium, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is. The final is in their stadium. I told you guys, my dream final is Sevilla versus Real Betis. That would be one of the more insane Europa League finals we will ever see. Just saying that right here. All right, we move on. The sixth tie, Barcelona taking on Galatasaray. I mean, just a perfect draw for Barca. You could have gotten West Ham. You could have got Bayer Leverkusen, Lyon, Monaco. You got Galatasaray. No offense to Galatasaray, right? I know they came out of a very, very tricky group with, I think it was Lazio and Marseille. But if you look at their form in the Turkish Super League, it's not good. It's not good. I think they just sacked their manager, and now they have a little bit of a manager boost. But, I mean, have you guys seen how Xavi Ball is playing? Oh, my God. I mean, I didn't think they were going to get this sort of bounce back with Adama, Aubameyang, and Ferran Torres. I mean, these three absolutely destroyed Napoli. I don't think people understand. Napoli are one of the best defensive sides in Europe this season, and Barcelona absolutely ripped them apart. I didn't watch any games yesterday, guys. Just my headspace wasn't good. But watching the highlights, I mean, Barcelona were absolutely fantastic. I have to really give them a lot of plaudits because Xavi Ball is balling. And I mean, to the fulfillment of Xavi Ball. They don't even have a great side, in my opinion. But with that midfield and those three attackers, and with options off the bench, Barcelona, I can see easily winning this tournament if they take it serious, of course. If Barca don't take it easy, then they won't win this tournament. But against Galatasaray, I mean, Galatasaray are going to make, obviously, life very difficult. If they're going to win this tie, Galatasaray, it has to be like a 2-1 aggregate scoreline. I just can't see them outscoring them, of course. So it's going to be difficult. But I generally think Barcelona are just way too good. It's just way too good. And I think for Galatasaray, they just need to focus more, I think, in the Turkish Super League. But Barcelona will go through in this tie. I can tell you that right now. I am scared of Barcelona, bro. They are too good for Europa League. At the moment, they are. Origi could be a good fit for West Ham. I completely agree with that. I completely agree. Are you sure it's not that stadium that was used at Euro 2020? No, I think it is the actual Sevilla stadium. I think it is. Barcelona will win easily. I would love to see Leverkusen get Barca now because Barca is just getting better by the day. Yes, they are. Barcelona should be in the Champions League. Xavi has turned them around completely. It is a miracle. Barca can win this tie with De Jong and Braithwaite up front. Yes, they can. Hey, I was dissing Luke De Jong all this time, calling him a Dutch lamppost, and the guy is just scoring. And he almost scored a bicycle kick the other week. I can't diss this side anymore. I can't. Respect to Barca. Respect to their fans. They're balling at the moment. But they got to be consistent in La Liga because they're still in a top 4 battle. But anyways, the seventh tie, it is RB Leipzig taking on Spartak Moscow. Now, I know Spartak Moscow won their group in the group stage. They're not playing the greatest either in the Russian league. They've had a long break, huge winter break in the Russian league. And I just think RB Leipzig are an absolute roll now. With now Tedesco as manager, RB Leipzig are balling. And with Nkunku, Andre Silva, who's now finally coming good. I was dissing him at the beginning of the season because he went for big money to RB Leipzig, but Andre Silva is balling. I just don't. If Spartak Moscow, if they win this tie, that would be a shocker to me. That really would. Because, yeah, they beat Napoli away. Napoli got a early red card in that matchup, right? Okay, they've lost 4-3 to Leicester City. They drew with Leicester away. They beat Napoli at home. And then they beat Legia. So, you cannot write off this Spartak side with obviously Zobolev, who's a very good striker for Spartak Moscow. But I just think RB Leipzig are way too good at the moment. They are just playing some fantastic football. I mean, they went away to Real Sociedad and won. I knew they would because they were balling. I mean, they just absolutely destroyed Hertha Berlin last weekend. So I think RB Leipzig will get this tie over Spartak Moscow. And then the last tie. It is Real Betis taking on Eintracht Frankfurt. So, interesting matchup. Let me just say this about Eintracht Frankfurt. You don't know what you're going to get. If you don't watch this side play, they're great one day, terrible the next day, meh one day, great, poor. You don't know what you're going to get from Eintracht Frankfurt. And Real Betis at the moment, okay, they drew with Zenit at home. That's all they needed to do. They just needed to draw. That's probably what they played for. I don't think Fekir started in the game, if I'm not mistaken. and neither was Juan Mi, but they still got the result, and that's just the main thing. Just advance. They pulled off a great performance away to Zenit. So I mean, Real Betis, it's just a matter of where's their motivation. Is it to finish top four in La Liga and qualify for a Champions League for first time in, I can't even remember last time Real Betis won the Champions League, or do they want to push further also in the Europa League? I'm not too sure, I'm not too sure what the Real Betis want to do, what their motivation is. All I know is this is going to be good. This is going to be a good matchup as well because Eintracht Frankfurt can concede goals, they can score goals, and then they can play 0-0s and 1-1. So you don't know what you're going to get from this Eintracht Frankfurt side. With Real Betis, they are a good team as well. We all know that Real Betis are a good team. With just Pellegrini has done a masterful job with them. If they qualify for Champions League, that will be stunning to me. But I'm going to go with Real Betis to win this tie. They're playing really good football. They really do. And they also can win the Copa del Rey for the first time in I don't know how long either. So big up to Real Betis. Big up to Eintracht Frankfurt. For now, I'm going to go with Real Betis, but we'll see if my predictions change once I come out with the round of 16 predictions for the Europa League. All right. Yes, they can. Barca plays such good counterattacking football. Completely changed in the Barca DNA. The counterattacking from Adama Traore, especially, I didn't see this player with Wolves. I honestly thought his decision-making was terrible at Wolves. And then all of a sudden, he goes to Barca, and he can actually make a pass. And he can cross. I don't get it. I don't get it. But hey, big up to Adama. He's reviving his career, and it's awesome. And Aubameyang is scoring goals for fun. Who would be a better fit for Barca, Xavi or Arteta? I mean, is that even a question? Of course, Xavi. Of course, Xavi. The last club I remember getting to a final in their own venue was Bayern Munich. I'm trying to think. I think that might be the last one, Yeah, I think so. Right back should just go all out in this RB Leipzig should go out on this tie and play the reserves away. Yes, 100% agree. Betis for me, dark horses in this competition. 100%. I want to play Betis in this Europa. We need revenge for the Copa del Rey because Sevilla and Real Betis, arch nemesis. They are big rivals. And if you guys didn't know what happened in the Copa del Rey, just search it on YouTube. That's all I'm going to say. At Frankfurt are the German Leicester. Some day good, some days absolutely crap. Exactly. My heart will always say yes. My head is saying Brazil. Wolves do not score much goals. Adama suits Barca more. Yes, 100% agree. Fair prediction. Is Adama's revival due to club or the league? It could be a mixture of both. I just think maybe, sometimes players, they just need a different scenario, and that's what Adama needed, really. He just needed a different scenario to thrive. We all know he has quality, but just his decision-making and final product was terrible. It was terrible at Wolves. So I think it's a great move for Adama. Great move for Barca. They got him on a loan. They can make it a permanent, and he's balling at the moment. I mean, Ousmane Dembele, who? I mean, he's playing good, Ousmane Dembele, but if you're Barca, you just get rid of him because if he wants $400,000 a week, why are you going to pay him that? So great move from Barcelona and great move for Adama Traore to revive his career even more. But if you guys have any final questions, I'm going to head out. Thank you, everybody, for being here. It's been a difficult day for me in the last couple of days. I'm not going to lie to you. So I'm very grateful that you're all here so we can talk a little bit about football, get my mind off of other stuff. And yeah, there won't be any videos tomorrow. Sunday, I'm going to be live. I'm going to be about an hour and a half live before the Carabao Cup final. And what I'm going to do is just going to have an open link. You guys can come on. You can give your thoughts about then, obviously, the Europa League. And no, not the Europa League, excuse me, about the Carabao Cup final. We're going to do lineups. We're going to do predictions and how both teams are feeling heading into the matchup. I'm not going to do a watch along for it. I'd rather just talk about the game, kind of like have a pre-match sort of feel to it. So that's going to be the thing for this weekend. Nothing tomorrow. I'm going to maybe record something tonight or tomorrow and then edit out a little bit. So yeah, that's what it's going to be like. Josh, thank you very much for your kind donation. You didn't have to. Thank you very much for your kind donation, Josh. And he said, love this stream. Stay positive, bro. Yeah, I'm trying to, man. I'm trying to. It's difficult, guys, but just hope this world gets more peaceful. That's all I hope for, man. That's just all I hope for. Luckily, with football, it gets my mind off of things for a little bit. Definitely. Hope you feel better. Thank you very much, Alejandro. Mike, if you want to talk to me on Twitter, nah, man, I'm good. It just, it's just difficult. It's just very difficult at the moment. It is just very difficult at the moment. Also, check your Gmail account. Hopefully, the file works. All right, I'll check it out. Remember, guys, If you want to, want to do a video where I want to get your predictions for the Carabao Cup final. If you want to do that, there is an email address on the channel, mike@gmail.com. Give 30 seconds, have the camera on your face, give your predictions of who do you think will win the Carabao Cup final and who will be the winning goal scorer as well. Who will win? Who will get the goal that will be the winning one? God, I can't even speak English at the moment, guys. You get what I mean. You get what I mean. But yeah, thank you, Josh, for your kind donation again, by the way. Thank you very much for your kind donation. If you have any final thoughts about the Europa League Conference League draw, send them out right now. Next 5 minutes, I'm going to head out. So been a difficult day. Luckily with the stream, I'm feeling a little bit more positive. Definitely feeling a little bit more positive. And remember, guys, to hit the like button on the stream if we can get up to 15 likes. That would be fantastico, as we talked about the Conference League and the Europa League round of 16 draws. And those matches will also be played. I think it was March 10th, and then the following week, the second leg will be played. So they're going to come right away. Boom. And then I think the March 18th is the draw then for Champions League, Europa League, and Conference League quarterfinals. So can't wait for it. Cannot wait for it. But if there's no final thoughts or questions, I'm gonna head out right now, guys. Thank you everybody for tuning in to the stream. Been a difficult day, but I'm just glad I was able to do this and we can shed some light to these beautiful competitions in the Europa League and the Conference League. So everybody, have a beautiful day. Can you see the winner of the Champions League and Europa League and the Conference League all from the same nation? That cannot happen because I think a Spanish team will win the Europa League. There's no Spanish teams in the Conference League, and the only Spanish team in the Champions League, two teams from Spain that are in the Champions League are Villarreal, who I don't see them winning, and Real Madrid. They have an outsider's chance. I don't think they're one of the best sides in Europe, but they're getting to that point. So generally, no, I don't think so. It would only have to be France or England. I think those are the only countries that can do it. So that's about it. Also Italy, but I will bet you if Juve win the Champions League, that will be a miracle to me. That would be an absolute miracle. So yeah, I don't see any nation winning all three competitions. Let's see if that happens in the future. Spain looking strong across the board. They're definitely looking strong in the Europa League, but they don't have any teams in the Conference League, and England, of course, as well. All right, guys. I'm going to head out now, though. Thank you, Josh, for your kind donations. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. If you guys are new around here, subscribe to the channel, like the stream as I head out. England. All right, guys. Peace out. Have a beautiful day. Stay safe, everyone. And adios. And just pray. That's all we can do right now. Just pray for good, peaceful times in the world. Germany have teams from UCL, UEL, and the Conference League. I don't think they have a team. They don't have a team in the Conference League. Sebastian said they can't. So, yep. All right, guys. Adios.